Roglic crashing, almost crashing out of the Tour. I'm not sure if you can see the steer plug on this bike. It does have a 70mm in there, so no ring of death in this one. No crushed steerer. Roglic, slip and slide, skid and slide, crash. Damn. Bikes, listen to me. Meme that face. So Roglic is coming down, does that. As soon as he attacked, I'm like, he's gonna crash. I should have made an announcement beforehand. I just feel the vibe. He was just all or nothing, all glory. And he's coming down the corner, picks the so-so line, locks up the rear wheel. What pro rider locks up the rear wheel? Like, how often do you see that now with disc brakes? All the time. Before disc brakes on road bikes in the World Tour, I was working up. Before the World Tour had disc brakes in it, disc brakes are the most stupid thing for the World Tour. Like literally zero World Tour riders want disc brakes. I don't know that. They write me, you know. Off record, Duran Rider is a bit of a confidant to some World Tour riders, and they share me some insights and that, because they've got no one else they can really talk to. Family members don't really get it, and in the industry they can't really get it because it's like, you know, bad for the sponsors. So here I am over here, this dude on social media, Instagram mostly, who he gets his messages from various riders, and it always remains off record. I don't want to break that trust, but and you go to the mechanics. The mechanics absolutely hate the disc brakes because they're finicky. The rim brakes are safer for World Tour riders. Disc brakes are fantastic for gravel, low speed stuff, mountain biking, big tires, skidding on the gravel, no worries. But on the road, when you're going, 80k an hour, 70k an hour into a corner with a 25mm tubular or 22mm tubular, in the Vuelta, it's a hot day, so you're running like 120. You need hydro disc brakes for that. That's going to be dangerous at speed. And because the pro riders absolutely pinning it just really race lining it every bit, taking big risks, the disc brakes are very dangerous. So we saw Valverde crashing out because, he hit the bump, his hand slipped off, and then he grabbed a handful, like just skidded his bike, which is what pros don't do. Valverde, I've ridden many hours with Valverde here in Adelaide, seen him taking off a jacket at 75k an hour down Gorge Road. I'm just like, what's he doing, man? This is sketchy. Just doing it like nothing. Making phone calls, these guys taking selfies. And I'm just like, man. And these are on roads I don't hardly even know. These are roads I know like the back of my hand. I wouldn't even do that. So the skill set these guys like Valverde and Roglic have is very, very impressive. And you have to see it to really, see it in person to really understand it. But disc brakes for them is just silly. None of these guys would choose disc brakes. That's why Canyon crushed rim brakes from the sponsorship line. Specialized crushed rim brakes. Cervelo crushed rim brakes. Why is that? Why don't they give the riders a choice without paying them a disc brake bonus like what was going on last year before that? Because you don't give people a choice when you want to coerce them into something. You don't give them a choice. You say, you can choose A and you can choose A. You got disc and you got disc. Which one do you want? And I don't like that, personally. I don't like that form of coercion, and the industry coercion as well. You go buy a brand new Trek today or a brand new Specialized carbon, nice bike. What you thinking? The Tarmac or a Mondo? What do you got? You got disc. Oh, you got disc. Which one do you want? It's like, fuck that. So that's why these older bikes are better. At least Cannondale do have the rim brake option. For how much longer, we don't know. Giant has rim brake option. I can't even get rim brake Pragma stock anymore. So my road line has been cancelled. I've still got the gravel breakers, etc. in small amounts. But yeah, so that's what I think is Roglic crashing, slip and slide. Let's set the video up with a disc brake, 25mm tubular, 120 psi in the wet or the dry, or 80 psi in the wet. With the rim brake, it's like that on the center of the fork. Now with disc brakes, you move the fork pressure down to the left, and so now the wheel's grabbing like that. It's moving around. That's okay mountain bike, that's okay gravel. But at high speed, your wheel going to the left, getting pulled over, that's not right, man. That's really, really wrong. The spokes, you got two cross drive side, so 2 cross left, radial. It's just the wheels aren't balanced properly for World Tour limits. For recreational riders, yeah. For World Tour limits, no way. Disc brakes should be banned from the World Tour. And I was saying rim brakes should be banned because it's unfair advantage, faster wheel changes, lighter weight, less stress for mechanics. But I feel like disc brakes should be banned because they're causing a lot of crashes. And a few pro riders have spoken out public about this, ex-pro riders. I won't mention their names because maybe they don't want that. But yeah, they need to ban disc brakes. They won't because everyone's invested in disc brakes now. Everyone's invested in it, all the big brands. I should say everyone. Most of the big brands heavily invested in disc brakes. So it won't get banned. But unfortunately, pro cycling, as a lot of pro sports, but especially pro cycling, very dangerous sport, probably the most dangerous professional sport out there that requires fitness, high level fitness, and the brands don't care about the riders. They don't care about the riders. The riders are the professional World Tour riders are merely pawns for big money industry, for the bankers who run the bike companies these days. They are absolute pawns. If you don't believe me, look up to Lance Armstrong. How much money did Lance make? Trek, Nike, Oakley, Shimano, and what happened when the truth came out? Which all those sponsors knew Lance was doping. All of them knew all along. All right, and they all did. It's just because they know that's just how it works. But as soon as Lance got caught, they're like, "Oh, sorry, Lance, we don't know you anymore." Cutting ties. It's like, you fake motherfuckers. And so you're a pawn as a pro rider. You're just a number. You have a job as long as you can do watts per kilo, as long as you can toe the line, which is fair enough, but you're just a pawn. You're just a pawn for industry stuff. So people go, where's the pro riders saying that, like, disc brake? Like, the pawns don't have a voice. If they express their voice, they can lose their position. Guys like Chris Froome, in the twilight of their career, because of his crash, they could be a little bit semi-vocal, read between the lines. But other than that, guys like Sagan, or everyone else, big names, they can't say nothing. But I can guarantee you, all of them despise disc brakes on their road bikes. All of them do.